Alright, so I'm out here for a flight. I just got my drone fixed, and I'm trying to see what happens if I call the airports that I actually need to call in order to fly legally. So, according to AirMap, there are 2 airports that I am within 5 miles of right now. Dobbins Air Reserve Base or Army Reserve Base, and Cobb, I think, airport. Yeah. And I'm going to call them and attempt to let them know that I'm going to be flying a drone. And I say attempt because I really think that nobody is going to have any idea what I'm talking about, because these drone laws are so convoluted and there's so many specific categories that you try to fit into, and I really don't think that if I do get to someone in the tower and am successfully able to say, hey, I'd like to fly a drone, and they give me the all good, if that happens, I think it's going to take a while. I'm going to get bounced back and forth. Nobody's going to know what I'm doing or who to redirect me to. So I think it'll be interesting to record and see just what happens. So I'm going to have a stopwatch running as well to see just how long it takes to do this. So I'm going to be calling Cobb Airport first, and specifically I'm going to be calling the number that AirMap gave me. So, you know, when you are on AirMap, when you click on advisories, it said Cobb Airport, and there was a number under that. So I have no idea what this number is. This could be the airport's general number. This could be the tower. I'm hoping it's the tower, but highly, highly doubt it. It's really hard to find specifically what number that is. So I'm going to go ahead and start the stopwatch now and go for Cobb.
National Airport, McCollum Field. If you would like to speak to the airport management, please press 1. If you are calling regarding airport services for the airport FBO, Hawthorne Global Aviation Services, press 2. For drone flight authorization, press 3. Hello, and thank you for calling the Cobb County International Airport, McCollum Field.
That's pretty awesome.
If you would like to speak to the airport management, please press 1.
I'm going to go ahead and press 3.
If you are calling regarding Wait while I transfer your call.
Alright, so that's pretty awesome. There's actually a prompt for it.
Good afternoon, McCollum Tower. This is Dan.
Hi, I'd like to report I'll be flying within 5 miles of you guys.
Well, okay, where are you going to be flying?
Laurel Park.
Where's Laurel Park, Marty? We don't know where that is. How far from the airport would that be, sir?
I'm not sure. I think I have coordinates here. Would that help?
No, that's not going to really help me. I don't have coordinates to tell you. The area you're flying, what does the UAS map show as the maximum altitude?
Let me check on that. I believe 400, but let me check. I've actually lost data service, so I can't check right now, but I believe it's 400.
Well, 400 is the maximum anywhere, but I just wondered, are you north of the airport?
Let me see.
Which direction from the airport are you?
I am south. Oh, I see on the map now. I mean, within the 5 mile mark, I'm just barely above your south border.
You're barely above my south border, and what altitude does it show there? Maximum altitude.
Like I said, my cell service is down right now, but it's the outer ring. I see you guys have a couple squares inside that get lower, but it's the outermost ring.
Well, now, I don't know what you mean by the outermost ring, so you got me confused. I really need to know what the altitude is. If you pull the map up and you're staying below the altitudes published, then it's approved. Okay, so pull the map up, find out where you're at, and stay below the maximum altitude. It could be 100 feet. If it's 0, then you can't fly without calling back and getting a permission. But if it's 50 feet or 100 feet or 200 feet, whatever it is, you've got to stay below that altitude, and that's approved. That'll be fine. That's why we publish that map. because we've determined it's safe below those altitudes on that map. But I can't help you unless you know the altitude on the map.
Right, yeah.
So call me back when you find that out.
Okay, I will.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Alright, so that first one was a bit of a failure on my part. They handled it perfectly. I have no data right now, which is not letting me reset AirMap. And so I can tell that I'm just on the outskirts of this airport's 5-mile boundary, but I can't pull up the, what do you call, like the safe limit. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the stopwatch, drive around till I get data, and then call them back. I'm gonna go ahead and resume stopwatch and give the call back.
Good afternoon, McCollum Tower. This is Dan.
Hi, it's me again. I just confirmed that it is 400.
It is 400. All right, as long as you stay below 400 feet, you're in good shape. You can go ahead and fly however long you need to.
All right, thank you. Awesome.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes, bye-bye.
That was awesome. That's one down. Now, the next one should be a little more interesting. So I'm going ahead and parked in the exact same spot, now that I know the 400 number. This next one's going to be Dobbins. And now, I got lucky there with a prompt that took me straight to the tower with a specific drone flight report system. But this next Dobbins number is not the actual tower, I think. This is just going to be a number. We'll see how long this one takes.
The number or code you have dialed is incorrect. Please check the number or code and try again.
El número o código que...
Okay, so now I've pulled up Dobbins Air Reserve Base, and I'm just going to straight up hit call off of the Google search result and see where that takes me. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact same number.
The number or code you have dialed is incorrect. Please check the number or code and try again.
So there you have it.
El número o...
Not actually my fault there. The Google search result for Dobbins Air Force Base or Air Reserve Base has the wrong number linked. So now let's go ahead and search for that manually. The thing about Dobbins Air Reserve Base is they have a ton of numbers listed and contact, and none of them specifically says tower. So it's going to be kind of difficult to see what the right number is to call. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so I've got a recreation number. See if this is the right one here. Go ahead and start the timer again and dial. See how this gets us.
Sorry,
Outdoor recreation.
is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Alright, not gonna leave a message for that. Jesus. Oh man. I don't even know what other... I'll put a screenshot on the screen right now. I can't even begin to choose one of these numbers. None of them seem right. We'll try civilian personnel.
You have reached the Civilian Personnel Office at Dobbins Air Reserve Base, Georgia. If you're interested in vacancies at Dobbins, Employee Relations, contact 678.
Alright, well that clearly isn't it. I'm going to keep the timer running because I'm going to count this as the struggle in trying to contact this airport. Vehicle registration. Let's see how this goes. I suppose this is a vehicle.
You have reached Mr. James Benoit, Dobbins Air Reserve Base Business Center. Our hours of operations are 07:30 to 1500 Monday through Friday.
I am unavailable to answer your call at this time. Leave a message. Thank you.
Record your message at the...
At this point, I'm gonna fly without Dobbins' approval. I'll show you guys the screenshots of where I am in comparison to Cobb, the one that I called at first very successfully, and now Dobbins, the one that I'm calling very not successfully. I'll probably reach out to Dobbins in some way through email or something and let them know at least that their Google number is wrong. It's just not even directing you to an offline, I mean, it's just not the right number. So the time in total was about 10 minutes, and a lot of that could be shaved off if you just ignore the fact that I couldn't find the right Dobbins number. I couldn't reach any actual person at Dobbins. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Not that big of a hassle. This is with 2 airports. As you start moving out from the city, most people are only ever going to be dealing with flying within 1 airport or 0. So, yeah, it wasn't that bad of an experience, and the tower guy at Cobb was pretty nice. So, well, bye. Oh, this is interesting. Park that I'm about to re-enter that I only exited because of data. Here's a public safety car. Past that on the way right there. Holding back the line. That lady was honking at him because a public safety car would not move out of the way. That's a meme. It's windy as fuck!